So this is the British pound weekly chart, and if you remember last week, we've drawn some Fibonacci and some uh, downtrend channel. What we can see is that basically the currency from the previous move down has retraced the 61.8% Fibonacci and has basically went back down from that level. So currently we can still say that the currency is in a consolidation retracement period because it went down here and it's basically retracing up to maybe go back down. We could actually go up to this level here, which is the previous level of consolidation, and that would still be considered a downtrend because it could reverse from that level. On the weekly chart, there are two levels of resistance, right here and right here, following trend dragon, and of course this level here, which is the previous low, is the level of support. So obviously, if you trading using that time frame, you have to wait sometimes before you make a trade. On the other hand, all those lines here that we've drawn before were level of support and resistance, and we can see that there are some zone that would be of interest to buy. So let's go to the daily chart and see what we have. So right now on the daily chart, the currency has broken up a daily resistance, actually severals, retraced back down to that level. That was after a non-farm payroll and is actually now opening today. Seems to start to basically go back up. So there are different zones that we can draw on the downside. If the currency comes back down under the trend dragon trend line and that level, which is now support, we can use the Fibonacci 38.2 level, and a breakdown under the 38.2 level should see the currency going back down to the zero level and maybe resume the move down. On the upside, if the currency goes back up, we'll need to it may actually range between the 38 to the 50% level right here. That could quite easily happen. And of course we could this represent a range of about 75 pip. Of course you could trade into that zone, though it would be quite hard to do. The best level is to see if the currency can break that level here, 50%, and better yet the 61.8%. So the zone, the best buying zone would be this zone here on the daily chart. So we'll go and put that in green. Another buying zone would be this area here, but as we've seen last week, it did go into that zone, but retraced from it quite quickly. So it will be a zone of a lot of probably some resistance. As far as the selling zone, I mean, selling zone is pretty much obvious. That would be this zone here, which actually would give you higher possibilities. The most conservative one would be this zone here, as compared to this area. And of course, if it goes back into that zone, the objective would be to resume the move back down to zero. Considering that the currency is right at the downtrend channel, it is quite possible that if it goes back down, there will be some selling interest. In any case, like everything else so far, the bull have not been able to push very much on the upside, and every time they moved up, the bear took charge and reversed that move. When you see this type of configuration here, going up, going up, then right back down, you know that this is a consolidation pattern, and not really a trend. So you pretty much have a range trading into that zone right here, and potentially that zone too. Okay, so if we look at breakout strategy, and this is a support level now, and if you take this range here, you can see that the currency broke out, came back down to the support level. So far is not is respecting that level, is trying to move back up at the opening. So if he moves back up, quite possibly, it's very probable that it will confirm that this was not a false break, and that the currency is actually creating a higher low, and he created the higher low confirmed by breaking this high here, and then would potentially go into a potentially a technical retracement up, following a micro uptrend. So it would be interesting to see what the currency does at that level, and of course the buying, the most conservative place to buy would be here, either when it breaks that previous high, or when it breaks the 61.8%. On the downside, if the currency comes down under this level here, that would pretty much confirm that this move up was a false break from that range. That one, even if you take it there, it's the same, or this one. And then if it breaks back down, then there's a high possibility that the currency will come back to the lower range level, either here or even here. So the British pound generally is a lot more decisive than the euro dollar in the decision process. So that's quite easy to see here where you would want to look at buying and selling opportunities. That's it for the British pound. If you have any question, just drop me a note, and either on email or drop me a comment on YouTube.